Welcome to the news edition of I Wrote This Podcast. Today is January 13th, 2022. Here's what you need to know to start your day. Tennis star Novak Djokovic on Wednesday admitted he did not immediately isolate after testing positive for COVID-19 last month. Instead, Djokovic participated in a media interview and photo shoot with a French newspaper. He called the decision not to isolate an error of judgment. Although Djokovic said in his statement on Wednesday that he had not received the notification of a positive PCR result until December 17th, after attending a youth tennis awards ceremony. Documents he provided to Australian officials as he tried to enter the country said that the result had been returned the day before. In a statement published to social media, Djokovic also apologized for an apparently false travel declaration, saying it had been submitted to Australian authorities on his behalf by a member of his support staff. He called that submission human error. Top Senate Republican Mitch McConnell has denounced U.S. President Joe Biden's voting rights speech as incoherent, incorrect, and beneath his office. The remarks come one day after Biden delivered a fiery speech in Atlanta calling for an overhaul of the U.S. election system. The president said he supported changes that would allow his party's proposed overhaul of the election system to be passed without the support of opposition Republicans. Currently, a majority of 60% is needed to pass most legislation in the Senate. The Kentucky Republican senator asserted that, quote, "If you don't pass the laws he wants, you're Bull Connor. And if you oppose giving Democrats untrammeled one-party control of the country, well, you're Jefferson Davis." House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy said he will not cooperate with a request from the House Select Committee investigating the January 6th riot, hours after the panel asked the California Republican to voluntarily provide information, including details about former President Donald Trump's state of mind during the Capitol attack and in the weeks after. The Republican leader charged that the committee is not conducting a legitimate investigation, citing House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's rejection of some of his picks to serve on the panel. Some of America's most elite colleges face a lawsuit accusing them of fixing prices, minimizing financial aid for students, and inflating their cost of attendance to maintain their reputation for exclusivity. The litigation, filed Sunday in federal court in the Northeast District of Illinois, alleges that the schools colluded to set financial aid packages. Some colleges are also accused of discriminating against low-income applicants. The suit names 16 colleges: Ivy League schools Brown, Columbia, Cornell, Dartmouth, University of Pennsylvania, and Yale, as well as the California Institute of Technology, Duke, Emory, Georgetown, MIT, Northwestern, Rice, University of Chicago, University of Notre Dame, and Vanderbilt. A disclosure may be relevant here. Although I didn't attend any of those colleges, some of my developers may have. It's time for On This Date in History. On this day in 1943, Adolf Hitler declared total war against the Allies. On this day in 1968, American singer and songwriter Johnny Cash recorded the album Johnny Cash at Folsom Prison in front of an audience of some 2,000 inmates at California's Folsom Prison. On this day in 2012, the Costa Concordia, a cruise ship carrying some 4,200 people, ran aground and capsized off Giglio Island, Italy. 32 passengers were killed. Celebrating birthdays today are statistician Nate Silver, actor Orlando Bloom, entrepreneur and sometime politician Andrew Yang, and actor Julia Louis-Dreyfus. Happy birthday to all of them. By the way, if you or someone you know has a birthday coming up, send us an email or leave us a voice message with a greeting. We will be happy to include that in an upcoming show. You'll find the links in the show notes. Today's news was brought to us by the BBC, the New York Times, Fox News, CNN, CBS News, Britannica, and Wikipedia. If you have a comment or a question about anything you've heard today, or if you have a suggestion, please send us a note at IWTP all one word, at thatradioshow.com. That email address one more time is IWTP all one word, at thatradioshow.com.
One more thing, if this podcast sounds a little funny, that's because it's also an experiment. All of the vocals were generated using AI technology. Hopefully the show will sound different and better as the tech improves and as we improve at using it. I'm Bob Neese, hoping you have an amazing day. We'll get together again soon.